I'm gonna start reviewing some pieces from my own home gym. So this one is the Masters CXP row. Right off the bat, you can tell this is lengthen focus. The pivot point's right here. Loading horn is slightly above it. Just as long as it's even or above, and the motion continues to go like that, you know it's a lengthen focus. Let's see what else. You can also tell there's a linkage right here. The linkage is at an acute angle. When you pull it, it'll linger in this lengthened position a little bit longer and then go upwards. But the main focus is that it's decoupled from this arm, so that when this arm moves, I don't know, like 2 feet back here, this doesn't go 2 feet up and have an insane drop off. And then there's a unilateral horn. Some people call it the unicorn horn. Tyler Hobson's calling it that, at least. Adjustment for the chest pad in and out, mostly for range. Seat height adjustment also. And that's for like the angle of pull for your height, stuff like that. The handles are swivel handles. Some people like swivel, some people like fixed. I'm fine with both, but if I were to pull like strictly as heavy as I can, as stable as I can, I would pick fixed, especially for turning a row from like a lat focus to a delt focus row. But anyway, that's enough talk. So it's about 240 pounds, just about 110 kilograms. You can tell I'm a pretty small guy, but I can row that much because there is, advantage to having a shorter leverage arm here. So the actual rowing arm is the loading arm, the torque arm, whatever, lever arm, is pretty short. So the longer it is, the harder the weight will be magnified at the end, which is why the Atlantis, which you can see right behind it, it feels heavier. I would say about like 10-15% heavier, which is pretty significant. And then also because you're able to stabilize so much, it's easier doing unilateral also. With the foot pads, you can see right here. I really value these foot braces because, as you can see, when I straddle this like middle upright, I can get myself braced super well. The weight, I'm pulling this way, weight's trying to pull me this way, and at the same time I'm bracing my feet. So I'm able to stabilize really well. It's the trifecta of stabilization is foot brace, chest pad, and unilateral handle. So this one kind of checks all the boxes for me, my preferences. Now, I know that this piece has been sold recently for like 10 grand or some crazy shit, which is like insane. But no way in hell I would spend any of that kind of money for any of my pieces. Like everything you've seen in here, basically all the machines at least have gone for a good deal. So this one I've gone for a great deal too. So I'm fine with it, but I wouldn't say like anything is worth paying $6, $7, $8, $9, $10,000 for me personally. But anyways, that's enough yapping. I'll hit another set. Oh, and I like doing a lat focus row on this because these swivel handles, I don't know, when you, like, it doesn't feel so great with a lot of shoulder abduction, kind of pull at an angle like this. I'd rather do that on a fixed, like, you know, supinated or pronated handle versus on the swivel handle. Swivel handle, I'd rather just keep neutral grip or semi-supinated and pull towards my lats. These are some pretty heavy sets for me. They're supposed to be like RPE 8, so I'm actually using quite a bit of effort for myself. Let's get you a back angle. So it's good to see the divergence. So let me just try to explain the linkage a little bit better. So you can see this linkage right here, it's kind of angling forward a little bit. And as you pull it, it starts getting more and more 90 degrees. So it's like connected like this initially, and as you pull it off the ground, it becomes more 90 degrees with respect to touching this arm, the pulling arm. So because it's like this, it's less 90 degrees, and then it starts getting more 90 degrees, more straight. So it starts getting pulled with better efficiency at the very end, as in towards the shortened position of your muscle, the more contracted position of your muscle, it starts basically accelerating. It becomes an easier pull, and this arm accelerates more upwards. So what I'm trying to say is that in the beginning, the strength curve, right, it's hardest at the lengthened, and then it drops down towards the shortened of your muscle. But not only does it drop down, it doesn't drop down at a steady pace like a line. It lingers, so it like drops down slowly and then accelerates towards the end, is what I mean. You know, you understand what I'm trying to say? It doesn't just go like whoop, like that. It goes like whoop, and then it accelerates at the end because of the linkage. Now, I don't know if they meant for it to be like that or just happenstance. And I'm not saying that that's the ideal. I'm just saying that's what happens. I'm also not saying like it's significant enough to mean anything. I'm just saying that's what happens. So yeah. All right, well, that's my 2 top sets. Now I'm moving down to 2 drop sets. And then I'll try to do some, I'll just do it like bilateral, and then I'll do one like a delt focus row. So let's try to do a bilateral, like from a back angle, because you basically already understand the physics and movements of this thing. All right, I'll try to hit some bilateral back downs. Technically, it's not bilateral. Technically, it's two-handed isolateral, since I consider bilateral to be when the 2 sides are fixed together. So yeah, this is technically two-handed isolateral, but yeah, bilateral. Woo! More systematically fatiguing than doing isolateral or unilateral, and also, you know, less ability to move weight. So I personally prefer back movements, most of them, to do unilateral. But yeah, let's check out some features here. So the handles, they swivel like this, good amount of range here. Stops at basically straight on at you. They welded some pin here, I guess, to stop it from flipping all the way and hitting the other side. It also swivels like this, so pretty good amount of range, I would say. Linkage connecting from this arm right here down to basically this thing right here. Your pillow blocks. Adjustments here for this. Unilateral. Adjustment at the bottom. Yeah, and then the foot brace, which I really like. And this right here is just to stop the pulling arm from hitting or actually going past, falling out this way. That's basically it. I'm gonna try to do more delt focus, a little more shoulder action. Whew. So some closing thoughts. Personally, you can do the delt focus row a little more upper back than just the lat focus row, but I just don't prefer it. I'd rather do it on fixed pronated handles like this, you know, or even fixed semi-pronated handles. Just like a better angle. Yeah, that's one. Two, I don't really like bilateral that much on these lateral pieces or the unilateral pieces. I'd rather much do unilateral. And three is, I will admit, this foot brace here, it's perfect for me, my leg length. I can just basically fully extend my leg and have the perfect brace with my knee basically locked. So what does that mean? It means that for somebody taller than me, which is most people, since I'm not even 5'5", You know, with anybody taller than me, your leg is going to be kind of like bent like this when you're bracing instead of like all the way out like that. So it might not feel nearly as nice of a brace, but for me it's better than having no brace. That's one. Two is, I guess, range, though I am only on like one of the, what setting, how's setting that? Oh, it's 4. Oh, so that's probably like halfway through it probably. Let me see. Looks like it goes to 9. So yeah, so like anybody with like, I don't know, what is that, like 5 or 6 inch longer reach would bottom out. I guess that's quite a bit though, because my reach is 69 inches, so another 6 inches this way, double that, 12. You'd have to have 81 inch reach or so to bottom out on this. So I feel like it's pretty applicable to taller people as well. Yeah, and then the same for your leg length. I mean, I guess a leg length, if you're just like 4 inches taller than me, or so like 5'9" or so, you would also have like a straight leg with this chest pad all the way out. But if you're a long-legged 6 foot guy kind of a thing, you have to have kind of a bent knee.